Hey guys, I'm Dr. Anna Melendez. I'm a chiropractor in North County, San Diego. Most of my channel is about food and nutrition, but I really focus on what are called the 5 essentials of health, which is chiropractic, because I'm a chiropractor. Quality nutrition, effective exercise, minimizing toxins, and a healthy mindset. And today we're going to talk about the minimizing toxins aspect because it is just as important, if not more important, than the food you put in your body. This is such a huge issue, not only for health, but I'm seeing it in a major way with fertility especially. When we have an overload of toxins, it burdens the liver, and that can interfere with hormone production and hormone regulation. Now the good news is there are so many things you can do to help eliminate toxins as best you can in your environment. There's no getting away from them, unfortunately, in our air, in our water, all these different silly little things, but there's so many measures that you can take to drastically minimize your toxic exposure. And then your body is so incredibly, it always wants to heal, it's designed to heal. So what it does naturally is constantly detox all these environmental chemicals and toxins out of your body. And when you decrease the amount you're exposed to regularly, then it helps eliminate those toxins even faster, and you can see the results in only a few short weeks. The craziest thing to me was that the director of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, said this: almost 35,000 of the chemicals used in the US are classified by the EPA as being either definitely or potentially harmful to human health. That's the director of the EPA, so don't just take my word for it. And that's over 35,000 chemicals that we use day in and day out. There is very little, if any, regulation on the chemicals we use in our food, in our products, in our cleaning products, in our water. This is much less regulated than you would expect, and it's honestly terrifying when you look into it. So today we're going to be on the positive side and look for ways of how we can improve our health by these really simple tools on decreasing our toxic exposure and toxic load. So today we're going to get into 4 major categories within the kitchen that you can help eliminate or reduce your use of these toxins. So let's dive right in, and we're starting with a hot topic: plastics. Most plastics leach phthalates, which are endocrine disruptors. These harm your fertility and your hormones. So I would suggest switching to glass, wood, or high quality food grade stainless steel for all food and beverage containers in cookware. Speaking of cookware, that's number 2. It is so important to get far away from plastics as well as what's called Teflon. Teflon is that chemical that is the non-stick agent in the majority of cookware out there, your pots and pans. Those chemicals in that non-stick material then leaches to your food, especially when heated, and then you're directly consuming those chemicals. What I recommend cooking with is stainless steel or ceramic. The good news is you can heat it to high temperature. You can use other metal on the stainless steel and don't have to worry about scratching. They are easy to clean once you get used to it, but there is a bit of a learning curve if you've been really reliant on non-stick or Teflon pans. If you still want that non-stick ability, I would say go ceramic, and I'll link some good brands in the description box below. Next on the list is household cleaners. I'm not only talking things like Windex and Clorox and things like that, but I'm also talking about air fresheners, sink refreshers, like those little pearls that you put down your disposal to make it smell better, dishwashing detergent, dish soap like Dawn and Cascade, even things like OxyClean. These cleaners contain colors, preservatives, fragrance, which could mean a million different things. You could slap the fragrance label on and it could be made up of hundreds, if not thousands, of different chemicals. Also, these cleaners contain things like ammonium chloride, polyethylene glycol, sodium borate, ammonium hydroxide, and so many other things that I truly cannot even pronounce. These are all man-made chemicals, and they're wreaking havoc on our health and fertility. That's why I recommend using a cleaner like Branch Basics. This is safe for not only your hormones, but also kids and pets. The beauty of it is that you can use 1 bottle of concentrate and you can get 3 different glass containers, and they have different amounts of water to concentrate for each situation: a glass cleaner, an all-purpose cleaner, and a bathroom cleaner. It doesn't have any fragrance to it, so what I like to do is after I fill the jar, I like to add a little essential oil of whatever I want it to smell like. There are also plenty of different DIY recipes online, on Pinterest. An easy cleaner is just simple lemon and vinegar. Also baking soda. So things that you probably already have in your house, but things that will help that toxic load to reduce and in turn help support your metabolism, your hormones, and your fertility. Last but definitely not least is your water that you're drinking. Our water systems have been manipulated and contaminated for years and years and years. It's not the same water that, you know, our ancestors drank hundreds of years ago. So not only do we need to filter out all the contaminants within our water, but then remineralize it so that we're actually getting the good benefits from it and our body's actually absorbing the water we're drinking. Tap water is incredibly acidic and contains so many contaminants like chlorine, fluoride, pharmaceutical drugs, heavy metals, and so much more. A local doctor that I work with actually calls it infertility water. It's that contaminated. So what about bottled water? Well, not only then are you introducing more plastic into your life, but the quality of our bottled water is completely unregulated. There's a recent study done in Germany that actually found in only one little bottle of bottled water found over 25,000 dangerous chemicals to the human body. These chemicals interfere with our hormone receptors in our body. That's how it wreaks such havoc on our hormones and fertility. So once we remove all the contaminants, we need to remineralize. So now let's talk about what water filters are good to use. The two main goals we have are to remove the contaminants and then remineralize. Now, a lot of filters out there will only remove the contaminants, and not even all, just some, and they won't remineralize the water. For example, your typical Brita filter, it will remove some, not all, of the contaminants in the water, but it will not remineralize it. Reverse osmosis is very similar. It will remove all of the contaminants in the water, but still not remineralizing the water properly. Now, when you're drinking water that is void of minerals, it can create a really intense electrolyte imbalance within your body, especially if you're drinking glasses and glasses of water all day long, like a gallon a day or something wild like that. It's literally going straight through you. I get a lot of questions of why am I peeing more than 7 times a day and why is that a bad thing? Well, let's look at how much water you're drinking a day, but also the kind of water you're drinking. Because if you're drinking a ton of water that is totally void of minerals, your body's just completely flushing it out. It's going straight through you. And even worse, it's taking more of your minerals that are in your body with it. So if you don't have a water filter at home that remineralizes the water, you can add minerals back into the water really easily. One way is by using trace mineral drops. You can find this at your local health food store and probably even on Amazon. You only need like 1 drop per glass. So if you're filling up a big Brita, you could do like 2 or 3 drops and that's all you'll need. Another really simple way to remineralize like a bottle of water, a glass bottle of water or a nice stainless steel bottle of water, you just add a pinch of sea salt, like high quality sea salt to it, and that'll help bring in some more minerals into the water. You could also add some citrus. My favorite water machines out there are my KANGAN water machine. That's what I use at home. It not only removes all of the contaminants in the water, but it can actually change the pH and it remineralizes the water. Another one is called the PRISTINE Hydro. This removes toxins as well as remineralizing the water. A lot of times I get this question of, okay, what if I can't afford one of those pricier water filters? A great option for you is to go to your local health food store and fill up huge jugs from your local water supplier. These can be found all over the place in Whole Foods, local natural food stores. But the next thing, you can also still use a reverse osmosis or Brita filter. Just remember to remineralize your water. It's very, very important. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit different than my others, but just as important, if not more important, of concepts of how to restore your metabolism and heal your hormones naturally. Comment if you have any questions or other tips that you use in your kitchen to minimize your toxic exposure. And don't forget to subscribe. I post a video every week. I'll see you next time.